How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, Just Justin Collects. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on all my upcoming content. And, just help the little guy out. I'm a small channel, trying to grow, trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And you could be a part of that. And I would greatly appreciate it, as always. So, I'm very excited to bring this figure to you today. We're going to do a review on the X-Men 97 Marvel Legends Nightcrawler. So I unfortunately don't have the previous Nightcrawler to compare him to. As far as I've been told, it's the same mold, just pinless now. So not too much difference going on there. The head sculpts are very different, and it doesn't come with the sword. You get an extra set of hands, but at least they included that. Accessories are kind of skimpy with Marvel Legends these days, Hasbro. So I guess we'd just be happy with the extra head sculpt and extra set of hands. But I'm very excited to add Nightcrawler to my collection. So anyway, guys, enough rambling, enough of me yapping my jaw. Let's go ahead and break Nightcrawler out of that plastic and cardboard prison. Nightcrawler, aka Kurt Wagner, made his Marvel Comics debut in 1975's Giant Size X-Men #1. And in 1994, it was revealed that he was the son of none other than the X-Men villain known as Mystique. And as recently as 2023, his second parent was revealed to be the character Destiny, Mystique having used her shape-shifting powers to turn into a male. Nightcrawler's mutant powers consist of teleportation, night vision, enhanced agility and flexibility, and the ability to camouflage in shadows. He also has a prehensile tail and excellent acrobatic, fencing, and hand-to-hand combat skills. Alright guys, so we've got Nightcrawler out of the packaging, and I first getting him in hand, my first impressions, this is just a really good figure. Again, I'm coming into it completely blind, never owning the previous one. And I know for what I've heard, it's pretty much exactly the same, except this one has the better aesthetics of not having those pins. But man, this design, I just really like it. He's a fun figure in hand, doing just a little bit of posing around. The colors look good, the paint apps on mine are good. And to be honest, before I cracked him open and really got him in hand, just looking at pictures online, I wasn't a very big fan of the face sculpts. I kind of really preferred the face sculpts on the original. So I was actually looking to buy just the head sculpts or a head sculpt from the original one, secondhand online. But getting this in hand and seeing him in X-Men 97, I'm actually a fan of it. It's really grown on me. And I kind of really do like the whole little emo swish hair. That's pretty cool. But yeah, like I said, I just recently saw him and he finally showed up in episode 5 of X-Men 97. I haven't watched past that yet. But yeah, I'm excited to kind of get to see him more. So with Nightcrawler, we get the head sculpt on him in packaging. So straight out of packaging, he's got kind of just like a stoic face. It's kind of a smirk. Yeah, it's kind of like a sideways smirk. I don't know if that's my eyes playing tricks on me. And he gets his open hands. You get a set of fists. So, right there. And the extra head where he's kind of snarling. Looks angry. Angry Nightcrawler. So taking a closer look at him, you can see the paint apps on mine are good. So I don't know if that's the lighting. It looks like with the red, you might be able to see some black under that. I don't know. I think that's just the lighting for me. Well, that is a separate piece. Yeah. So it looks good. I'm honestly not a fan of the waist swivel with how much it breaks up. I really hope that moving forward, they go to more of a diaphragm cut. I'm okay with the ab crunch, but you can just do a little diaphragm cut up top and get the same amount of movement, honestly, if you do it right. I just don't like how a waist swivel really breaks up the sculpt. Especially, it's very confusing because down here you see a perfect spot where they could have put a boot swivel, but they didn't. So my initial thought was, oh, they didn't do that because they didn't want it to break up the sculpt. But then you do a waist swivel. So that's weird. But I understand it's an older mold. But everything about Nightcrawler looks good to me. The tail looks great. I really love how, we're never going to get a bendy wire tail in just, all of our Marvel Legends or anything like that. But the way they put it on here and sculpted it, it looks good. I like how it wraps around the leg. And he's just standing there. But yeah, this is just a really nice looking figure. Also, I really do absolutely love the hint of blue in his hair and these head sculpts. Like I said, these face sculpts really did grow on me.
Alright, so with Nightcrawler here, his head is on a disc hinge. So I do kind of prefer that a lot of times with the amount of range you can get looking up. You can look down that far. Of course, you can turn all the way. And you get a little bit of tilt there for some attitude. Maybe mainly more that way than that way. The arm, he does have a butterfly joint in there. Right there. So that goes back and forth. Go up that much. Upper bicep swivel. Pinless double jointed elbows. I can get it. There we go. Pinless double jointed elbows. And the wrist is on a hinge. Right there. And then he's got the ab crunch. Crunch forward that much. And he'll go back that much. And waist swivel. His leg will go that far so he can do the splits. Kick out that far. Move his arm. Not really go back, but he does have good pinless double jointed knees. And an upper thigh swivel. No boot cut. Ankle is on a rocker. Hinge up. And down. And his tail, he can kind of just move around a little bit right there. And it's flexible.
And for sizing comparisons, Nightcrawler comes out to about 6.5 inches to the top of his hair. And this is how he compares next to the VHS Cyclops and the X-Men 97 Wolverine. Of course, I do have the VHS Wolverine grimacing face on that Wolverine right there. I am very happy with how all these figures look together. I think they look great. And I really think you can mix and match all the VHS and the retro card and all that. And I definitely do feel like mixing all of them together, I can definitely come up with my own mind's eye version of my X-Men. And here's Nightcrawler next to the X-Men 97 Wave 1 Magneto and my original Caliban Wave Gambit. And if you've watched episode 5, you know all the feels right here. If you know, you know. I did pass on the Wave 2 Magneto with his updated costume, being like the leader of the X-Men, and I honestly am finding myself wanting to kind of backtrack on that. So guys, that is my review on the X-Men 97 Nightcrawler, and honestly, I'm just blown away by this figure. It was a figure, like I said, that I definitely needed for my collection since I did miss out on the original one. He's updated, pinless joints, everything's smooth. You can get him in all kinds of great poses. My biggest gripe is the no boot swivel. I don't like that. I kind of do feel like I do want to eventually go back and pick up the original heads that came with the original Nightcrawler, just to kind of pop and swap and see what I like most. Heck, I could go pick up a second Nightcrawler and have one of each. But this figure is great. I highly recommend it. I do feel like he is a must for your X-Men shelf, especially if you're loving the X-Men 97 show, because I really feel like I haven't watched past episode 5 yet, but I definitely feel like he's going to be a big player to go. Hopefully they use him a lot more, throughout the rest of the series. And I've just always liked Nightcrawler. I like his design. I like how it's kind of, X-Men always kind of hits on the kind of different social issues. So it's kind of a don't judge a book by its cover, because everyone thinks of him as a demon. He looks kind of demonic, but that's not him at all. He's just an awesome character. I really do enjoy him, and I'm loving the show overall. But guys, that's it. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on all my future content. I've got a lot more stuff coming for you guys, and check out the backlog, help out those watch hours, help out my views, just help out this small channel. I really appreciate it. I couldn't have even made it this far without all the help and support from just all you viewers, all my friends, and all that good stuff. And I really am enjoying doing this, because at the end of the day, this is just an excuse for me to play with my toys. But yep, if you haven't already, like I said, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video, leave a comment, tell me who your favorite X-Men character is. And until next time, I appreciate you guys.